Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It is me, Xander. Bit of a weird one. Today I'm going to be talking about living with anxiety and depression. The events in Manchester this week have been so sad, and it's affected so many people. And I think life's just too short to keep things inside and spend time being unhappy. And this week, you know, I felt really guilty about feeling down when I don't have a good reason to be, and other people who have lost their loved ones do. So I've been neglecting my social media a little bit. I just haven't felt like it. I haven't felt like myself. I haven't felt like being bubbly and enthusiastic. I was first diagnosed with depression and anxiety when I was about 12 years old. I was going through some stuff when I was younger, which led to me going into my kind of first ever deep spiral of depression. I think it had a lot to do with coming to terms with the fact that I was gay, but I also think it's something that it's how my brain is wired. So I was seeing a counsellor and I was being treated for self-harm, amongst other things. I'd been suffering from panic attacks since I was much younger than 12, and I've been treated for it ever since. So I've been through counselling and therapy, lots of different types of therapy. CBT, which stands for cognitive behavioural therapy, which is kind of like a program of learning to adjust the way that you think to be less negative. And I've also been on various different medications for past 6 or so years, and I've tried to go off antidepressants previously, but if I wasn't on my antidepressants, I wouldn't be able to get out of bed, I wouldn't be able to eat, I wouldn't be able to speak. I'm controlled now, but I'm like low. I'm very lucky that I've got such a great support network around me. I feel able to be open and honest about the way that I'm feeling to all of my family, good few friends. I'm seeing a therapist. I talk to my GP about how I'm feeling. I'm very kind of experienced and clued up about the best way to deal with my mental health. For someone who doesn't have the same support network, this video is for you. I always feel very inadequate. Everyone else around me is just much better at everything. And this is kind of like a big problem that comes with social media. It makes it super easy to compare yourself to others all day long. And it's comparing yourself to other people's lives in an unrealistic way, because social media isn't representative of real life. And that's another reason why I wanted to make this video. Looking at me, you might think my life's all like great and perfect and amazing, but like up in my head, it's just not the case. This is me in my raw and natural habitat. What I need to do is learn how to be happy in whatever environment. When things aren't going badly, my default shouldn't just be unhappy. Part of that as well is if life starts to get a little bit monotonous or slow paced, there it comes creeping back up, right up my head. That kind of depression feeling of being trapped and isolated and stuck in a meaningless existence. But at the same time, the moment something starts to change, the anxiety kicks in. I'll crave a new house or a holiday or a new job or something, anything. And the moment I get it, anxiety kicks in and I stress out, I freak out, I panic, and then that results back in the same depression spiral. You could ask me a question direct to my face and I could look you in the eye and have no idea what you said, because I'm so stuck in my own head that the rest of the world doesn't exist to me anymore. I can't concentrate, I can't think, I can't feel. It's just a dull, low numbness. And kind of coupled with that, you have this sort of desperation and this never-ending despair and lack of hope that anything will ever get better. And this can happen when I'm literally just like sat down watching TV, nothing's wrong, not been a bad day, but inside my head can just feel like everything is fucked up. Like there's nothing that's gonna make me feel better. There's no hope for me. I'm just gonna be miserable forever. Now for me personally, I can make it through those darkest of times because I've done them so many times before and I know I always get better. For other people, when they go to that really dark place, but then there is no way out, there is always a way out. You don't need to turn to drastic measures. It can really play a part in every single part of your life. For me, one of the more physical side effects, I lose my appetite altogether. I could go 2-3 days without eating whatsoever and not even notice. I don't want to eat. I don't feel hungry. And even if I did eat, for some people, eating is the only thing that makes them feel better. Some people, when they are depressed, they can't stop crying endlessly. I haven't cried for about 4 or 5 years. I don't cry, I can't cry. I like to consider myself quite a motivated person, so I do a lot of exercise, but when you're in that downside, I can't force myself to do anything. But trying to voice my feelings and getting it out is helpful for me, and this is part of who I am as much as the happy, bubbly, fun person who has loads to say about the world. It's hard sometimes to justify it to other people, because people will ask me, you're not really here today, where's your head at, like what's going on? And I don't have the answer for them. My personality when I'm not depressed and not anxious is a completely different person to who I am when I am in those times. And how do you explain that to someone who's not been through it? Sometimes it can come completely without any triggers or any warnings. I could just wake up in the morning and that's it. I'm in that place and I'm gonna stay there. And other times there are massive triggers, and it doesn't even take a lot. It can be the way that someone talks to me one day. It could be the weather. It could be that I burnt my toast in the morning. There's a lot of different things that people can do to help themselves feel better. Getting yourself to eat right, 3 meals a day, a healthy, balanced diet, as well as regular exercise. Exercise releases endorphins and helps the production of serotonin, which is the chemical in your brain which makes you happy. Making sure you get enough sleep. My biggest thing is sharing with other people. Talking to you guys, talking to my mom, talking to my family, people around me who I love and who love me, anyone who I'm comfortable sharing with. It's so important to be able to talk openly and honestly about the feelings that are going on inside your head. I'm gonna leave some links below, a couple of resources about depression and anxiety, where to go and what to look for. If you want, you can ask me any questions related to the topic. I like to consider myself fairly experienced because I've been dealing with it for a very long time, and I've got to the stage now where I'm relatively good at controlling it and managing it. I hope I've made at least one person either feel better or understand something more about mental health. But hopefully by the next time you see me, by the next time I film, I will be back to my usual self and working on feeling better and recovering. It is possible, I can do it, and I will do it. But until then, I shall see you soon.